Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to go over the content from yesterday, as well as showing you all of the new Nations of Hockey cards, as well as some pretty cool play of the year cards from some of the best goals that we've seen in quite some time in hockey. I'm also going to give you guys a team update to show you what I'm rocking with, as well as maybe talk about some strategies and things like that. If you guys want to see some other content, let me know always. I love your feedback in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing, as it obviously would help me out quite a bit. All right, let's get into the video, guys. All right, we're going to start out first with the 85 DENIS REUL from Germany. And this has got to be one of the funniest cards that's in the game. 6'4", 247 pounds with truculence. The issue being is that you're going to have to spend, an entire period trying to actually line somebody up because he's got 82 speed and 85 acceleration. This card is obviously not usable. 62 deking. I mean, this is just some of the funniest stats that you're going to see on a player. And yeah, 247 pounds and 6'4". My goodness, this is like a hilarious, be a pro player kind of build. Just guy is massive. A little bit more usable in the in the current state of the game. We've got the 85 Ladislav Schmid, and honestly, this might be a decent card for anyone that is just starting out around the holiday season. With distributor, gets a speed up to 89, acceleration 88, and is 6'2". Now, obviously, his shot is a disaster. It's 79 accuracy, 85 power, but D2D one-timers just don't go in at the same level they used to. Stick checking's at 94, which is fine, and then 87 on defensive awareness. That's a little low, but again, for anyone looking for a, upgrading from a base defenseman, this would be a good option. Then from Denmark, we've got the 86 LARS ELLER with Fly the Zone and Thief, and then he also gets Quick Draw, which obviously does make him viable there on the draw. 6'2" is great size. 88 speed, 86 acceleration is awfully slow, however. But again, if you are struggling playing defense with some of the smaller centermen, this is a fine option for you, I think, early on in the game. Again, size will dictate kind of the most important things among centermen, but his speed is going to be very, very sluggish. However, that silver quick draw does make it very usable, especially in the bottom lines or on your penalty kill, because you want to make sure that you almost guarantee a win when you're taking the draw in your defensive zone. From the US, we've got the 86 Chris Wideman with Wingman as well as distributor. 91 acceleration, 90 speed with Send It as his ability. Nothing really great there. Now, 5'10", that's a little rough on the back end. 84 body checking, no truculence. You are going to have a heck of a time trying to actually body anyone off the puck. I mean, the problem is that 86 overall cards are going for so much in the comparison. Like, you could have a base Quinn Hughes, for example, as opposed to this Chris Wideman, who are very, very similar. Only Chris Wideman's going to cost you like 18,000 coins. So I'd probably pass on this one. VIKTOR STÅLBERG from Sweden checks in next. 6'3" right winger with Wingman buzzing. He also has Spark as an option, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. And again, for anyone that's 6'3" with 90 speed and acceleration, that's fine. I mean, his shot is in the the mid to high 80s, low 90s. Defensively, he's not bad either with unstoppable force. I think this is a fine card for anyone that likes the bigger players. This would be a great cheaper option compared to someone like Mikko Rantanen if you are looking for a bigger left-handed winger. From Switzerland, we've got Joren van POTTELBERGHE, 6'3" with silver post-to-post. Again, I'm not really big on these mid-level goaltenders unless they have the goal post-to-post ability. In my opinion, I think goal post-to-post is the most broken thing in the game. It does make smaller goaltenders a lot more viable. However, what it actually does significantly impacts the game, considering scoring is a little bit more difficult this year compared to prior games because of the pass intercept model being turned on and things like that. It's just easier to play defense for players that really, they don't have to do much essentially, and gold post to post or even silver post to post just impacts that negatively, in my opinion. I think there are better options for you. Vejmelka, for example, or that Justice and Noonan as well, the 85 overall one. Just would pass on this one. And we've got the 89 Pavel Buchnevich with distributor and gladiator. He also has booming shot, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. Has elite edges as well. 91 speed, 91 acceleration, and again with booming shot can get up to 95 agility. Shots above 90, hand stats above 90. Really really, really good left-handed winger card, in my opinion. If you are, again, just a holiday team, you're a free-to-play player looking for a card that would be pretty impactful for you that won't break the bank, this should be under 50,000 coins, as that's what 89s are going for. We'll take a look in the auction house right now. There's none up. Man, these markets are absolutely dead. But around 50K is where it should settle in, and that would be a decent buy for you. Moving on to the 90, Sean Couturier with Workhorse and Buzzing, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, gold quick draw, and tape to tape. Obviously, Sean Couturier from last year is one of the best centermen in the game in terms of just size and everything else. Now, obviously, this is going to pair very closely to what Austin Matthews looks like. I mean, this is why, this card right here is why Austin Matthews' X Factor isn't as impactful as people kind of make him out to be, or the cost really doesn't match what he gives you, because gold quick draw is worth more than anything that Austin Matthews' abilities have on him, in my opinion, and he's only 2 speeds slower, same acceleration. So, you know, this is a very, very good centerman card. He is going to play a little bit slower than some of the other guys. I mean, now that we've got Dylan Larkin, for example, even Olli Jokinen is pretty quick for the people that have Zetterberg, but this Sean Couturier card is fine for anyone that does not have a master set centerman and you don't have the price to get him. This is going to be a very good card for you for sure. SAKU, KOIVU, one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. Silver quick draw and born leader. Again, I'm not big on having smaller centermen, but this is a very good one in terms of just what he gives you defensively, with his body checking, defensive awareness, and stick checking. I wish he had truculence to make him a little bit more viable, but that doesn't really fit SAKU KOIVU as a whole, so I kind of understand that. Silver quick draw does help out. His skating is a little low, shot is okay, hand stats are kind of all over the place, but again, if you were looking for a cheaper option, because 91s are not available in sets to be cashed in, it's 89 plus, so 91s do take a hit, because people just don't, there isn't a complete necessary need for them. So their price does stay down a little bit. I don't know if I'd spend 85,000 coins on him. I think around 70 is where his value kind of sits, and I think I'd pull the trigger at that point. And then lastly, we've got the 92 Cale Makar with stick 'em up as well as in reverse. Again, smaller defensemen just have an absolute issue in this game bumping players off the puck, especially the bigger ones, which is why big players have such an advantage in this game. However, his skating is incredible. I always like having one defenseman on the back end that can skate like this card, like Erik Karlsson or Adam Fox, Team of the Year. But if you already have one of those, I wouldn't look to go and get another one, because in his own zone, he just has a hard time getting the puck back. Stick him up is a nice defensive ability, and his shot is good. His hand stats are great. It's just his size that's going to hold him back. Until he gets truculence, it's just going to be a bit of an issue here with Cale Makar. We got some new Play of the Year cards with the 91 TREVOR ZEGRAS, 6 foot with Thief, as well as Gladiator and Heart and Soul. And then Puck on a String and It's Tricky, which do match what happened in the All-Star game. Man, his skills competition breakaway goal is an absolute crime that he did not win, because that might be, I don't know if that'll ever be topped. That reminded me of like the Vince Carter between the legs dunk, which is just, you know, cemented in as a legacy now, a moment in the skills competition. That is what TREVOR ZEGRAS' goal did. 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 agility. He's got low to mid-90s shooting. Hand stats are all great. This is a very good left-handed winger card. Probably a little difficult to pull him because he's not widely available. However, there's a few. 115K. That's not bad. I mean, he does mimic or look a lot like the base Connor McDavid that's 89 overall, but obviously his shooting's a little bit better. But you could play him at center as well with that 85 on the draw, and defensive stats aren't bad. I don't know, 115, I think 100 might be where I'd probably buy him, but this isn't bad for sure. And then we got the 90 Connor Bedard, who had an unbelievable goal in a game the other day. Abilities, again, the exact same, just not very usable ever. 92 speed, 91 acceleration. There is something about Connor Bedard's card, specifically his under 22 card, just broken. Like, it was not good. There was something wrong with it. It's like its stats were being pulled from its base silver card. I'd love for anyone that tries out this Connor Bedard Play of the Year card to let me know. I'm staying away because his master set was just awful. A lot like Yager's card, as well as the team builder Kessler. There was just something broken in the background with attributes from it. So I'm staying away, but for anyone that does use them, let me know. Taking a look at the 92 X Factor, Cale Makar does have Workhorse as his new synergy there. And again, his skating is getting up to the point where it's incredible. Now has Stick 'em Up. Without shutdown and truculence, I don't see a reason why you would want to keep going with this X Factor Cale Makar. Now, he is a bit cheaper in the sense that his skating is already basically hit the end game, and he only needs to get up to a 92. But, like, the cost to get here, like, so 3 power-up collectibles is essentially about 75,000 coins in value. That's basically what it is going to cost, which is a lot the same as the coin value now. It's no longer a deal. However, if you play Hut Champs, that does change things. Obviously, I've mentioned that a number of times. But let's say you go from 90, you know, you're looking at about 150,000 coins. Like, I don't know. I just don't see the value there to go up with that. And, you know, elite edges on a defenseman in the current state with how many ability points it costs, just not worth it. And then we've got the 90. Sean Couturier now gets Magician as his 3rd tier synergy. Has Distributor, so he can go up to either 90 acceleration or 91 speed. Which is obviously great. Gold, stick him up. The other ones, I'm just not a huge fan of at all. However, yeah, like his skating is just really low. A lot of the centers are like this in this game. His abilities are a little bit better than Matthews, but there's no way that he's going to be guaranteed a 90, you know, a team of the season card. So I probably wouldn't invest in his X Factor. I would try and go out and get that Nations of Hockey card. All right, guys, and just taking a look at my team, what I've got right now, talk you through it right now. So we've got the 96 Jordan KYROU, who I love on my first line left winger. I don't have any abilities on him just because I think that they're a little bit better spread out, and he's got such great agility already. I don't need elite edges on him. Then the 99 Duchesne. I've been messing around with this because I do like him on the wing, but at 99 with fewer options with centermen that have 99 everything, that'll change as he's only 5'11". And then we've got Connor McDavid as the first line right wing. This is one of my favorite cards this year. He's absolutely nuts. Dylan Larkin has been great. I've been messing around with having him at center as well as on the wing. I'm replacing him and Duchesne essentially. And I like that the abilities, you can kind of switch them out. So I put Quick Draw on, take off wheels essentially if I play him at center. Jokinen has been great as well. I do recommend you make him. And then Mario Lemieux has been one of my favorite cards all year. Third line is Nathan McKinnon's X Factor with Zetterberg as well as Mikko Rantanen. And then Wayne Gretzky with the leaders, Trevor Linden and Barzal. Linden is not amazing, but I like his abilities as well as his defensive ability for my 4th line and penalty kill. I really, really enjoy that. On defense, I've switched things up and gone full meta with the gigantic shutdown guys. This is extremely toxic, honestly, but it's the state of the game with shutdown being only 2 points. In total, it cost me 8 to have Victor Hedman, Brent Burns, Jay Bouwmeester's 93, and Brandon Carlo, who are all over 6'4", with shutdown trying to defend the line. It's wild. It's definitely the most overpowered, and it's why these two are still going for like 400,000 coins 2 months after they were released. Then I've got Gonchar. I removed Weber for Team of the Year Adam Fox, and honestly, the only reason I kept Adam Fox in the top 3 is because of the double synergy option here. I really haven't liked this card. And then in net, I'm using Pekka Rinne. I still have Price at 89. I'm going to move on from him. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet, so I'm just keeping him for like the synergies. But that is the squad right now. And then I want to show you my strategies, just what I'm starting games with right now. I'm messing around with a lot. I still think my strategy video is where you guys should start. I've been using weak side lock. It's kind of the forgotten forecheck. Weak side lock is so good when you're facing players that break the puck up the board. So you see a lot of that, you know, something that I've shown on the breakout, the shooting the puck off the boards down the wing. What it allows you to do is take that defenseman that's, you know, up in the play, and instead of having to worry about the forward that would go behind him, you can immediately rush the puck carrier along the boards with that defenseman because your forward comes over in the background on the far side where no one really is and drags him over and plays defense. It's just been really good, and then I use the 1-4 as well as a little bit more heavy to the forecheck as it, but I like the 1-4. Again, this changes every single game depending on how people play it. Again, I have a video that explains it all, and then I use behind the net for everything. This is the same, crash the net on my 4th line where I'm just trying to throw pucks on, but that is what I'm using currently. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give it a video a like if you did enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.